Okay, so now what you could do is you could do VG display and VMPT1. And you could take a look here, the current physical volume, active physical volume, and then volume group size is 64 GB. Okay, all right, so let's see.
There's one quick question here, please, on the screen.
Yeah.
This PE, since is it extent, can you just make us clear a little bit about the concept about extent?
Yeah, this one PV?
PE. The PE size and total PE, yes.
Okay, so the PE size is 4 megabytes.
What is that? We were having a group study and one of us asked this question and we didn't know. I said we'll ask both of us.
So this is just the reserve space that has on the hard drive. Each hard drive has this much of reserve space, and its total is 16 megabytes. Actually, I never really.
I think it is physical partitions in the form of 4 megabits each.
It's holding some information in there. PE size. Is there anything I can do to change 32 without creating? So this one is system generated here.
But basically,
the minimum you could have is like 4 megabytes. That's what it says.
4 megabytes. I think you can change that also.
Yeah.
It is the physical partition, like the minimum size you have is 4 megabits, and it can multiply like it.
Yeah.
And it's dividing 64 into 4 megabits, and that total is 16,000 something that's coming up.
Yeah, since we have 4 drives, it's multiplying with each drive is total of physical.
If you divide 64 GB with 4 megabits, you will get the 16,380 number.
Oh, really? Okay. Alright, then there it is. 64. How are you putting it? Just type 64 and then 60. The entire number, or just typing 64?
It's basically that's not the thing. Basically, the thing is like what I'm saying is every VG has itself in any VG. The hard drive is like a bit. Every piece is 4 megabits. That's it. Chunk of 4 megabits each partition forms this complete VG.
Yeah.
But if you know AIX, it's in AIX. It's called physical partition. So that partitions, like, you can divide, you can have 4 GB or you can have 16 GB or 32 GB, 64 GB, not GB, megabits.
That's true.
You can have like, yeah, that's how it is. I believe that's what it is.
But to be honest with you, we barely play around with any of these things here. So when you are just working in Linux environment, you are just worried about this much. Current physical volume and active physical volume, you look at these. And then the size, you normally come in and see what the size is. Based on that, you will add a menu of the drive in there. That's a very good
Exactly.
Okay, so let me just throw this in here. Okay, so this is what we are only worried about. Okay, so we have successfully added a physical drive into this partition here. Now we have a total of 34 GB partition, free space. So right here, see how much 34. Okay. Okay.
But one more question, please.
Yeah.
We had the virtual group. We added a new hard drive into this. Can we combine two different virtual groups, volume groups into one also?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. If you want to have ZMPT1 and ZMPT2 and make it ZMPT3 together,
Yes. That's what I'm thinking. Can we do that?
I don't think so, because you have to use PV. PV command is, once you did the PV command, what it does is it will make it exclusively for the hard drive. When you create a VG command, I'm sorry.
Okay.
When you do PV create, then it's ready. Okay, then once you execute this command, VG create, then it will become a part of ZMPT1.
Well, volume group is basically adding the different disk to one group. So we can, like, if you want to do like add another group, then you take all the disk from that group to add it to yours.
Yeah, you have to remove it from this group and add it to other group.
Yeah, because it's basically what we are doing in volume group is we are adding volumes of different hard drives into one group. Basically combining of this is called
Yeah.
volume group.
Is that what your question was, or you want to?
Yeah, that I was trying to see if we have ZMPT1 and ZMPT2, can we combine them also? But the discussion looks like we can't. We can add the hard drive, extra hard drive to a group, not combine the two groups into one group.
Yeah, once you get into a group, then that hard drive is reserved there for that volume group.
Jazakallah.
Okay. Okay, so looks like we have everything in place here. So now what happens is all of a sudden, I'm going to remove the hard drive here. So SDE is a physical volume, it has gone back. So we get an alert from monitoring that physical device SDE is gone back. So we're going to remove SDE from this cluster here. Okay, so let's see how we're going to do. So let's see here. So this disk has gone bad, so we're going to remove that. Okay, so once we remove this physical volume, there shouldn't be any effect to any of this space here. The only space would be reduced. Everything else will remain in place. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, so
This is like that. Don't have an extra space over there, so it's not safe to do it then?
can you say that again? Your movie?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're echoing.
Still?
Hello?
But that we can hear you. Keep talking, we can hear you.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Now you cannot hear me?
No, we can hear you. Keep as is and keep talking.
Okay. So my question is, I mean, now we are about to reduce it. So we have to have free space in order to reduce the physical volume. Otherwise, it's not safe to do it.
Yeah, you should just determine, you should have some space in there. But most of the time, what in my experience, what I've seen is there is a lot of enough space in here. Okay? And the monitoring is there. There is a constant monitoring going on. And there is a threshold set here, right? So for now, what is happening is monitoring is doing. And let's see, 64 GB is there. And then out of that, 34 GB is available. So there is a monitoring system that is set up here. When this space is not available, so usually when the space is consumed about 75%, okay, then the monitoring will trigger. So what will happen is you have 64 GB M75, okay, minus 64. So the monitoring, what it does is it will continue monitoring this year. And when it comes to, for example, if the threshold is set at 75, what will happen is the monitoring team will get an alert that the following volume group is at capacity. It's coming to capacity is a 75% threshold. So what you will happen is you will get a ticket that says, okay, you need to increase the volume group. So if you continue to get the information, then you are continuing to add the volume group here. So there won't be any time that there won't be any free disk available because these are production runs. These things are monitored. Okay, so based on whatever it is, I've seen the monitoring is usually set at 70%. When this goes down to 25%, then you will get an alert and then you will proactively add a hard drive in there. That way you have this a safety net that once if the physical hard drive goes down, then you automatically have enough space there.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now I understand it. I mean, there has to be a limit whenever if it crosses a limit. So automatically the monitoring team is going to assign a ticket or something. Then we need to increase the space.
Yeah.
But it seems like, I mean, it says there, like right now we are about to reduce the physical volume, right, from this group, CMPT1.
Yeah.
So in order to remove the physical volume like LTE, 8 GB, so do we have to have, I mean, as you say now, we have to have a free space in our group, the volume group.
Yeah. You have to have some free space. If you don't, then add a hard drive, then remove it.
Oh, okay. That was my actual question.
Okay, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Dr. Zafar, just one more question on these lines. If you add a hard drive and remove the existing hard drive, so that might contain some data, the one that you're removing.
You will see it now. In the next few steps, you will see how that
Okay.
is charged.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me put this. What did I do? Oh, we are in December already. All right, guys. I did get the email from some of you some of you I didn't. Please, if you're serious about all this, make the resume or send me that information that you at least created an email and put together what you've been learning. Okay? So all you have to do is open this document here, and then you have to put down 3 or 4 points for LVM. Okay? I'll show you how you would do it for LVM. Okay? For bullet points, what you would do is, like here, you would put expert in LVM management. Just put LVM here. Okay, and then just put down used commands like used commands, CV create, VG create, LV extend, LV create, LV extend, and then hyphen, then give ext4 and XFS. Okay, that's all. You must have something related to LVM on your resume. Okay, and then
We need to include VG extend also.
yeah, I mean you get the idea. I mean you go through this and then do this here, and then manage swap. On LVM. Okay, that's it. And let's see what else we could do this year. And then also put down here reduce. LV reduce.
What about the file system?
Yeah, you did it like ext4 and FXS. You're doing this for both of them. Right here. And then don't worry about file system here. I mean, if you're a Linux admin, this tells us that you have about 6 years of experience because ext4 lasted up until 2 years ago. And then you are using XFS, that means you use this for 4 years and you use this for 2 years, about 6 years. So that means it's automatically considered that you have about 6 years worth of knowledge here, which, I mean, after all you learn this, you are considered having 6 to 7 years of experience here, what I'm teaching here. Okay, and then, let's see here. For the physical partition, don't worry about putting that on it. If you know LVM, you should know all this here. Mounting, and then put it in here that made persistent with reboot. Okay, what does it mean? Made persistent with reboot. What I'm telling, made persistent with reboot. What does it mean?
Entry and out.
Huh?
Entry and out, sir.
Exactly. Very good. Who is that?
Right.
Okay, very good. So you know your game now by now. So okay, so you put that down, and what else? Okay, so you get the idea here. Take up each of the topics and then put those things down in here. So let me see. Let's go into. So I want you guys to send me that in the document from the new email, and then I will set up a time one-on-one. When we are finalizing your resume, I will set up one-on-one time with you guys, and then make it final. And then I'll show you how to upload and manipulate the resume so that your resume keeps showing up on top of the list. Okay? So
I think we should do this one the project at the last week or last 2 weeks of the course. Am I right?
No. We will
No?
start doing it, I want you guys to start working on it right now, because if you know LVM and whatever you know so far, you are prepared for it. But the other part of the course is just the configuration and all that here. So I want you to go pick one topic here, like link bonding, and get 2 points out of this, and put two bullet points in here. For example, perform link bonding. Then also troubleshoot. You have troubleshoot the issue with NIC or network. Okay, so you put those 2 lines like this, and then here, okay, not everything is here, so, and you could go up. What else we do on here?
I think we should have enough confidence also to talk about these things, right, brother?
You will. Once you put those things down, my bad is that I'm not splitting up the documents here. I'll split up the documents for you. Okay, at least I'm going to do it today here. But what you should do is, all these documents are split up. You go in random fashion here. You go into NIC bonding and do NIC bonding, okay, and get out of here. And jump into LVM, okay? And then jump into creating FDIS. And then get out of there. Go into random places. Don't go into order, okay? Because you are already going into order. Now, once you started going into the random fashion, then you know how those things are going to work. But I think because the reason I'm stressing it now is because end of the year, usually in this quarter, last quarter, budget is already finalized and everything, and they'll be you'll be starting to get calls, and they want to hire people. They are starting from second week of January. First week, people will be lazy, and first week is like nothing. And then this week, you will be getting serious interview calls. And then by the end of the month and first week of February, you should land a job. Okay, then I might go a little bit faster here once LBM is done. We'll go a little bit faster here because I think a lot of people are catching up later now.
Brother, Zafar, just on a side, just curious kind of thing. My apologies for asking this question. How many year students have already landed the jobs after your training?
It's hard to say. I will let you talk to those people, and then we'll see if you get any confidence. Okay?
No, I won't doubt. I'm just asking. Just curious, brother. Or it will help all of us.
It depends. It depends on your effort too. Everybody is joining here, and if you don't take a job, then it's not going to be any. You will find out once you're getting the calls. You will find out because you're not going to put anything other than what we have learned in the class.
Inshallah. Jazakallah.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Based on what you have learned, just put it in a resume, and we'll see if you're going to get calls or not. You will know. Okay.
Inshallah.
Okay, so we put up we just extended it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reduce this. Okay, so the commands are pretty simple. So what we have to do is we determine that SDE need to go. SDE need to go. Um, okay, so how do you determine if it's corrupted? You will just get an alert. You don't need to troubleshoot it, try to fix it, anything like that. If FD is bad, the system is saying FD is bad, FD is SDE is bad. That's it. Don't worry about it. We don't need to try to fix it or anything like that, because if the physical hard drive has a single back partition, single bagged, the cylinder or whatever that is. If it's bagged, then most companies, they don't want to rely on those hard drives here. Like if you have seen me, you could still use the hard drive. You could just not use that part of the partition. But most major big companies, I mean, even a company that has only 1,000 servers, they don't really rely on a corrupted cluster, a corrupted hard drive. A single cylinder is gone bad, they'll just replace the hard drive, okay? Because they got big, deep pockets. So we're now going to troubleshoot it. So we have SDE as a faulty disk. Okay, now we determine that. What we need to do is we need to move the data here. So what we'll do is we'll just run the command here. Since we added this as a new hard drive, what we'll do is we'll move the data. So what is the command? pvmove. pvmove is the command. pvmove. And then what are we moving the data from? dev/sde and then dev/sdg. Okay, remember, even though we are running this command here, we really don't know where the data is physically being stored here. So what it is going to do is, say for example, accounting partition, it could be saving the data throughout this disk here. Okay, this is the beauty of a logical volume, because it is managing it here. All these disks are just providing the raw space, that's it. But when we run this command here, it could be moving data from this partition, this partition, this partition, and so on, and just moving it to here. Okay? But you really don't need to worry about it, which data or which partition this physical volume is holding. Once you run this command here, then it will copy all the data. So let me clear this. pvmove -sde /dev/sdg. Okay.
So the new drive should be included in the virtual volume group also before we move the data out. So we need to use a VG extender, am I right?
No, we don't need to do anything. What do you mean VG extend? We already yeah, when you added the physical hard drive here, we did this.
Yes.
Adding physical hard drive. Yeah, we did the LSBLK, PV create. So you are creating this hard drive to be added to the volume group. Once you create this, it doesn't have to be this volume group. If you have another volume group, you could add it there. This is just be available for you to be added. Okay? This creates it to be added to the volume group. Okay? So you have SDE. You don't have to be in order here. You could do SDD SDF and SDG into different volume group, and this alternate volume, physical volume could be in a different volume group. Okay, try that out. It will work just fine.
Okay.
Okay, and VG extend, you do it, and then now it becomes a part of this. Now from there, we are taking SDE out.
Right.
Okay, so what it does is it moves the this moves the LVM structure, data, and also block information. Okay, so in other sense, it's just replicating it. Okay, so VG display VMPT1. Okay, so we still have all these drives in here. So now the command to take it out of is remove faulty drive. So the command is VG reduce. VG reduce. And then what are we reducing it? We are reducing the volume group name and which drive you are reducing, /SDE. SDE. Okay, so once we run this command, VG reduce VMPT1 /SDE. Okay, so what you get here is remove /SDE from volume group VMPT1. Okay, so if you do DFFNHT, everything is in place here. I mean, these things, they didn't even know what happened. Okay, all these things, and then the application would know what is happening, anything like that. Okay, there is no downtime, nothing, all being taken care of LVM. Okay, but if you do VG display is VMPT1, then you should have only 3 hard drives. 3 current hard drives, 3 active, and then this is the size of the free, what does it say is less than 26 GB here. So it will take a little bit time to update itself here. Let's try. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it. Just telling you it's a little bit less than this size here, 26 GB.
I think due to the VGS, only VGS and the group in the volume name, it is pretty fast. It gives only 2 lines with the correct information.
Yeah. So it has 3 hard drives, 5 LVM, which is true, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so about 50. How much? 56 GB, which is true. We have 64 minus 8 is 56 GB, and that's what is left.
So is there a way, can we check that whatever the data is moved from 8 GB volume, like SDE to SDG, everything has been like transferred? Is there a way we can check it, like all the data is?
Physically, over here, you could check it in here, in this place. The data is being held in this place here. So you could go in this folders and see if that drive is there. We created a big file in here, right? So let's go in there. So the file Zafar is there about 4 GB, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's 4 GB. The size is 4 GB here. And what else?
Yeah, actually, I got the answer on the question. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, data is being held through this Windows here. So, I mean, that's the purpose here. I mean, if you're managing on this level, then it's gonna get complex, right? So, it's, I mean, even if you try to read the data, you probably won't because it's just two physical hard drives here. Okay, but if you try and let me know.
Sure.
Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna destroy the volume group we created. So let's see here. Let's take a 5-minute break here. Okay? Is it okay with you guys if I go like 10 minutes over today?
Totally fine with me.
Yes.
Yes, no problem. Totally fine.
Okay, good. All right, let's take a.
Are we having a 5-minute break right now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete the volume group, which is ZMPT1. Okay, we're gonna destroy this here. Okay, so the commands are simple. Okay, what you do is clear. So let's see LSDLC. Okay. So the command is vg remove, and then what you're removing is ZMPT1 hyphen y. Okay, let's do ZMPT1 because it's going to confirm each and every drive you want to remove it from the ZMPT1. Okay, and it says, do you really want to remove volume group containing 5 logical volumes? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll say no. And 8 hyphen y. Okay, so it's saying ZMPT1 accounting contains a file system in use.
That means do we need to unmount it?
All right, let's.
I think it has a data, like even file over there.
Yeah.
So I want to remove that or move that from the data and then remove it.
Yeah, the file is being used. So which file is being?
Zafar?
Yeah.
4 GB years.
Let's do this. Yes. Contains a file system in use. Okay, so you do df and ht. So all of them, this one has 50% and 100%. This may not allow that either. Okay, so let's unmount it. You mount -A. Okay?
But, Brother Zafar, I'm just asking the stupid question one more time.
Yeah.
We are removing the volume group. Am I right?
Yeah, we are removing the volume group.
Does this mean that we are, when you say volume group, that means some specific drive?
No, we actually destroyed everything what we created. Okay, now the question is why are we doing it? Usually you do this. Why do we do this? When the system is being decommissioned. When the system is being decommissioned. System is decommissioned. This is the reason you will be using or deleting everything and then making sure all the data. I mean, usually you just don't go there and start deleting the volume group unless you have a permission to do decommission. So this usually you get a ticket that says we need to decommission about 200 servers. So you will be running these commands on them. And most of the time you will be doing this on a physical servers, not on a virtual servers. Okay? Because there are companies out there who still use physical servers. For example, Oracle database. Most of the Oracle databases I've seen, they rely on physical servers rather than on virtual servers because physical hardware sometimes proves to be robust compared to virtual ones. And Oracle databases are memory hogs, so they take a lot of memory, physical memory. So it's a complex architecture. Okay, so usually you use these commands here. I haven't used this in like a year or two. Okay, but when you do the decommission of the servers, you do this.
So definitely before we do this one, we need to move all the data backup or save something if needed before we do these things. So it will destroy all the data, am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So there are other teams involved here. Monitoring team is there. Backup team is there. All these are different job functions, okay? If the server is running in production mode, the backup should already be there. If you are working for a company that has no backup, anything like that, then don't take a job there because you're asking for big trouble. And by the way, also when you take a job, ask them if this position will have a root access. If they say no, you won't have a root access, you will just have a sudo access, then don't take that job either because you'll be stuck, more than likely there'll be like a monitoring job or something. You'll be stuck being on site and all that. Okay?
Jazakallah khair. But on these lines of job, I don't know should I ask this question or not, but do they ask in interview that how much shell scripting you can do, how many experience you have? Do you do yourself any scripting?
Yeah, scripting. We're gonna go.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna go over scripting. Bash scripting.
Yes.
That's a big old chapter here. That will take at least a month. Okay, I'm gonna cover that too.
But do you think before we should apply for the jobs or resume, we need to have some experience about the scripting also before we put on the resume for the marketing?
Well, no, I mean, the reason I'm pushing it now is at least have something tangible so that we can start working off of, right? By the time we're done, I'm expecting it's going to be another 4 weeks before the resume is ready.
Okay, that makes sense. I thought that you wanted to get it done as fast. And okay, now that makes sense, brother. Jazakallah.
Yeah, I mean, If I tell 5 people to send me, 2 send it. So that's why I'm pushing.
So this is what that here. I just wanted to make sure I already made things, but I haven't sent it. It's just like, I got the Google number, which I never had it before, but I got it now, and I got the resume, not done, but how exactly do you show us? So you want me to write it down, things on Notepad or like, and then send it to you like that how much I know?
Exactly. That's what I want. Okay.
Oh, okay.
On the top, put this down here. On the top, very top, right here. Let me
Create my email address as well.
Yeah. On the top here, put this down. Put this down on very top here, and then insert a line in here. Insert a line like that.
Okay.
And okay, hold on. I need to get a new computer. Okay, insert this, and then just for now, copy this and start putting in here. Okay, we'll worry about the employees here later. And then we're gonna work on
But when you get hired, you hire
yeah, recording is done. Where is the number moving up? Yeah. Okay. So
what are these as you use in an LFS of that command, brother?
yeah, I will cover those later here. I don't want to get confused here. Let me see your person edge. Okay, so yeah, these are all unmounted. Okay, so you run the command vg remove zmpt1, and it's telling you yes, and it's telling you accounting yes. You want to remove HR, yes, yes, yes. Okay, and if you do VG display, the MPT1, okay, what do you see here is, you see the MPT1 here, and current is 3, physical is 3, So it's still showing that information here. Okay, so now what you have to do is, you have to do PV remove. And then what are you removing? /dev/sd. So we remove, hold on, PVS. Okay. In SDMPT1, so as remember we remove SDE, so it's no longer part of ZMPT1. This is free to be part of anything else, okay? So in this situation, we're going to remove PV remove, physical volume remove dev/SDD. Okay, and then we're going to remove SDF, and then we're going to remove SDG. Okay, let's do PVS. Okay, yeah, I was missing a command here. So you have to remove VG display, VGS. Okay, so you do VG reduce, and then what you do is you reduce the physical volumes in there. Okay, dev/SDC or
SDD, I think.
yeah. Then you have to give the volume name ZMPT1. Okay, then what is the next one is SDF. Next one is SDG.
But if you're saying it is still in use,
Remove the volume. It says removed here, right? Look at these commands here. So physical volume, it still has physical volume here. So PVS. F, you need to remove F. Okay, physical volume slash still in use. VG remove.
I think we use some of this space for this swap. So I think exe swap is being used.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So what is the command to swap off?
Swap off.
Okay. No. Well, okay, so the swap extension is this here, ZMPT1. What is the command? Let's see here, swap off. We swap on. So the swap off should just work, right? Okay, all the swap is gone here. So now what you have to do is go into history here and region reduce. Physical volume depth is still in there. No command with the sentence. VG display GMPT1. So the one physical volume is not going away. Okay, now the volume group is gone. Okay, now you remove PV, remove, that says SDF. Okay, it's all gone. PV, remove, SD, F plus SDB. So SDC is SDD, SDE. Okay, get SDF and SDG. Okay, good. PV display. Okay, so all these things are gone. So let me put this down here. Okay, decommission, ton of swap. Ton of swap. If there is LVM using it.
If is misspelled, brother.
Yeah. So you just ton of swap hyphen A.
So that SDF was part of SWA, so that's why we are turning off the SWA.
Exactly.
But if is before the, this is the wrong sentence, brother, if you just fix it. And now if there is, so if and is are, sorry about that.
Okay. Thank you. So what you might want to do is then you run these commands here. S, D, E, F, G. Okay, so you remove all the devices here, and you will get the message. Volume group was no. Yeah, you will get this message here. Okay, then you run the command vg remove -y. So the volume group is destroyed now. Okay. Okay, so let's do it here. Init 6. So what will happen when we restart the system?
It might unmount all the whatever the volume we mounted, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it will try to mount and give the error message that it cannot find those drives.
Yeah.
Because we still have usually an app there, that's why.
That's true.
But the fact we removed all these, physically remove everything, so can we reuse these devices somewhere else now?
Yes.
Or these would,
Yeah. If they are not faulty, then you could use it.
so what did we learn in lump sum? What we learned today about this decommissioning thing? I'm still trying to scratch my head. What did we do today? In a sense, if we had a back hard drive, we make a duplicate and we put a new hard drive, we move the data there. That's one thing. But by removing all these group things, what was the whole exercise? What was the whole purpose of this one?
For this one, most of the big corporations, they have this equipment leased. They don't buy, they lease it. So they have to return end of the lease. So they put it in decommission. And you go through all this here, and then you tell other group that the decommission is there, and they take out the physical hard drive. Now it's just a physical hard drive. All the data is. The reason here is make sure all the data is gone and everything. Then they run the low-level format on it. They run the disk pipe, and before sending it out to the manufacturer or wherever the leasing company is.
So we will also learn down the road in next time sometime how to run the low-level thing to format the data, or you showed one command, dd command, that you can put the all zeros kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily. Most of the time, the low-level format, or they just stick they just stick a USB in it and run it. Most of them are done by the site service. So those are not admin guys. Those are managing the physical hardware.
Jazakallah.
So you will come up to this here, FSCK. Okay, before that, Mm, LVM, LVM cheat sheet, logical volume manager. No. Yes. Display. Okay, I think this is a good. Okay. So here is a is as display and create and all this. How is this command working? TV. If you type TV, then here's the display, create. All these things are going to work for you. So this looks good too. And it has other ones. I'm not worried about that. So we looked at display, create. You could rename it if you want to. Rename TV volume and all that. Volume group. Okay. Like ZMPT1, you could rename it. I think you could run VG rename. Okay. TV move, TV extend, reduce, resize. Okay, look at this here. You could also split. You could split the volume group. If you have time, check it out. If not, just have this as your informational. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. So what happened here is the system goes through this boot menu and it stops itself because it's going through the system initialization, right? I think I had said that it goes through the FS tab and we try to mount all the file system here. So now it's booting into the single user mode. Give root password for the maintenance. Okay. So what is happening here? Okay. So let's do 12, 21, 2019. And let's do SSTK. File system check. That's what it stands for. FSCK stands for file system check. And what you're doing with it is, I'll show you. Okay, so the system performs the file system check. File system check, reading through FS tab. Okay, if it encounters problems, then it boots to single user mode. It boots to single user mode, or which mode it boots to? Right here it's system CTL, give the root password. Okay, or emergency mode. So this is Red Hat 7. It moves to single user mode, and if then it boots to single user mode in RHEL 6. Okay, so far so good. So what you do is you give the password here. You give the password Red Hat. Give the root password or press Ctrl D to continue. So you give Red Hat. Let's do Ctrl D and see what happens. It's not doing anything. So I'm gonna give password Red Hat.
Actually, one of my machines is stuck there as like at the same wherever you are, but it's -607. So I mean, I just logged in as a root,
Yeah.
but he's not letting me make any changes because he says you have only read only.
Exactly. Very good. So, oh, it's not even telling you run level.
Right.
But this is the run level.
No.
Okay. So to make it readable, you have to type the command mount -o, and then remount. Okay. What are we remounting? Remount read-write mode / Okay. Now I got to explain you why it's going into read-only mode here. So.
Yes, we need to know now.
Okay, so. Boot process. Okay, so the system goes through BIOS system initialization process, and it goes to BIOS input output system. Okay, it goes there. and it goes there and it passes control to grab. Grab has two stages, stage 1 and stage 2. This stage initializes the operating system and passes control to second stage of bootloader, which is in boot record /boot, has important files. Now it's in stage 2. Okay, so initializes kernel, detects all hardware for disk drives, detects all the files. It initializes, means turn on the software. It turns on the drivers for the hardware, and mounts load root file system into read-only mode. Okay, we are stuck here. We are stuck at option C here. So why is it doing that? Because it reads all the hardware and it also reads the file system here. Right here, it detects all the hardware for the disk drives and detects file system. Okay, so it found an encounter and it's gonna stop here. So it reads onto read-only mode. Read-only mode. Okay. Now it should make sense to it. So now what we're doing is, since we are a root user, we are running this command mount. We are remounting it physically into the read-write mode. Okay, so I'm going to hit.
The question here is why it got stuck there? What made it go there? I'm just thinking when you're on that job.
We just destroyed the file system, so it's reading the FS tag. It's going to detects all the hardware and it detects the file system on it too. This is reading from the FS tab. So there are multiple things going on simultaneously.
But it has like coming out all the mount system in the F7 tree or deleted. So now it's just kind of confused that the mount the F7 tree is here, but the physical mounts are not there. I guess.
But the document set is for for 6, not the 7 one.
What?
We're doing on the 7 right now.
Which document says 7?
The one you were showing.
Right here, this is for 7, system D. Last week I explained you between the system, this is number 3 also. Okay, up until here everything is same, and this is where this process from here to here is for 6, and this process from here to here is for 7 years. So yeah, there was 6, and for 7 also it does the same thing. It detects all the hard drive for disk and detects the file system. And B, it initializes or turn on the software for hardware. And on the 7 also it's stuck on now option number C. Okay, does it make sense?
Yes, got it. Yeah.
Okay, for here 6 is starting. Up until here everything is same for 6 and 7. BIOS is same, boot grab is same. Here it's changing. 3 is system B process. And this is also 3. Let me make this 3. Something's wrong with this here. So this is 3. And system D process here is read out 7. Okay, so stuck at option C here, read-only mode and read-only mode. So we run this command here, mount-o remount and rewrite. Since we are admin, we should be able to do this here. Okay, so it encounters the problem. OS initialization stops at read-only mode. If you explain this in the interview, you will leave the interviewer speechless, and he have no choice but to hire you. Okay? Alright, so let's do it here. So you ran the command. By the way, you will never be able to do this while connecting through PuTTY here, okay? So how is this possible? You are doing it in front of mount -o remount, and we're telling you to rewrite the file system which is root. Okay, guys, you guys should know what 3 different roots are, right? /root, okay, just root, /root, and root. You should know what these 3 things is. You know, right? You don't know, okay? Because
I remember 2 of them. I don't know the third one now.
what is 1 and 2?
One is the root system where you install the Linux operating system, which is a root, and have all the configuration and the device files. One is a user root who has access to everything, is a super user of the operating system. EWD is root. I don't know the third one.
Third one is
Don't know the third one.
/root. This is a root user home directory.
Like where all the directories are, like where we access all the directories,
Yeah.
right in the
No, that's the first one I told. That's the /root where you install the operating system /, which is root.
Just / is root, and /root is a home user directory.
directory, yeah.
So what is the third one?
Right here, yes, it's right here.
Okay, this is the first one. So if I go to /pwd, this is /2, it's root. If you destroy this, the whole operating system collapses. And if you do /root,
That's a user.
that's a root user, super user home directory. And root is a name of a user too, okay? Alright, you're doing good.
This command -o remount is fix the problem, fix my machine actually. I'm glad that I did that and I did it.
Okay, so it rewrites, and let's see if it's going to say run level. So all the commands are not loaded here, okay? Now what you could do is, you have to vi etc fstab, okay, and you have to go in here, and whatever changes you think we had made here, put a pound sign in front of it. That means you're making it not readable. I will cover this when we are going to do scripting.
We also covered little bit using our group study little bit.
Covered what?
Is found fine.
Yeah. So one of them, I think, knows what pound sign means. If you put a pound sign, and if you have 1,000 lines after that, it's 1,000 characters, it won't be read by the system.
I mean, in a Linux term, it says commenting out or something, right? Comment.
Doing what?
It says like comment out.
The proper term is comment out.
Oh.
If your teammate, you got stuck somewhere, and then you ask your teammate, and he will tell you, comment out this line in, comment out a line in somewhere. That means if he's telling you to put a pound sign, save and exit to whatever line you want it. Okay, so let's take a look here before I restart. So I want this out. I want all the file systems. That's the root VG here. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to do init 6.
So brother, just to have a better understanding on this command, the mount -o remount. So exactly we are just telling him to remount the read-write root.
Yeah, because it stops at read-only mode. The file system, down the process here, the process for the boot initialization, it goes through this here, and before anything happens, it's a safety net that it mounts it into the read-only mode. Then all the process has completed, then it remounts into read-write mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, understand the boot initialization very good. That's what I'm saying here. If you explain this in the interview, they don't have any choice but to hire you. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. Brief history. Okay, so this part, step 1 and step 2, step 1 and step 2 are same. This is happening since the beginning of Linux operating system, Unix. You go into 1969, this is the same thing here. Okay, there may have been a different steps for Red Hat 5, 4, but we're not worried about that because Red Hat 4 and 5 are dead. 6 is dying soon. That's why I'm showing you about 6 here. So at this moment we were stuck here, okay? And then if you continue on, it initializes the init process, binary, whatever, it does OS initialization and does this. And after that, it loads and comes back to the login prompt here. Same thing here. Everything happens here similarly. Here, it's a different file here, etc systemd. Over here, the file is /init. Okay, so these are the different file systems here. The only the location is different here and how the file system is written.
Oh.
Sorry, the system D process. And okay, look at this. This is number 3 and this is number 3 also for Red Hat 7. And this is for Red Hat 6. Okay, good. So I found this picture here. It may be helpful for you. Okay, now we have successfully so I'm going to reconnect. Okay, 7, right? Okay, yeah, it took a time to. So root. Okay, if you do df-h, it has mounted this root file system. And if you do df cat etc fstab, so it has all these entries here, but we remove those entries here. Okay, so we just have to have this here, but tomorrow I'm going to officially, whatever I showed you here is not the official file system check here. Tomorrow I'll show you a deeper version of what is happening, as we just happened to have, we came across while doing this here. So tomorrow, we will set up a hard drive, we'll corrupt a hard drive, and then we'll fix it using the FSCK, okay? So I'm going to stop now, and then we'll catch up tomorrow. All right.
Inshallah. Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Yes.